Senku, definitely the smartest character throughout 2019 anime, but I think the most savage as well. At the start of this episode, when he was making ramen to all these village people, and this girl comes up to him saying, "What kind of girls do you like?" He replies with ones that could blow air into a fire so that they can make that iron. This is why Senku is becoming one of my favorite characters in anime history. How's it going though, ladies and gentlemen? It is Flame, and welcome everyone to episode 9 of Dr. Stone. Definitely a breathtaking episode and probably the best one so far. There is so much detail that was put into this episode. A little bit of a quick process as well, but first things first that I want to talk about is our brand new character that we see, of course, within this show. His name is Asakari Gin. If I am saying his name correctly, I'm probably saying it wrong, but we get introduced to, like I said, a brand new character of his. And this is not just an ordinary character. This is not a village people. This is someone like Senku, Taiju, or Tsukasa, someone that is part of our generation that was turned into stone and is brought back to life. And it was clearly stated in this episode that Tsukasa was the one that brought him into the stone world right here. This is a little bit scary to us anime onlys and to Senku as well, because he is slowly building his army, which it's to be expected, right? He has the formula with him, knowing his plans and his desires. He hates, parents. He hates, of course, old people. He wants the new generation to come in, because eventually if he goes and revives an adult, they'll slowly kind of, take over and it will go back to the generation. Tsukasa wants this generation. He wants to be the god of this world. So he's slowly but surely building his army, and Asakari is one of the people that, of course, he revived with, which we don't even know as an audience what his numbers are at right now. He could possibly have more than 40 people, as the village clearly states right now within, of course, Dr. Stone, that there's 40 people living in the village, and that's 40, I guess, men and women that could be part of Senku's side if he does get the trust within these people. But Tsukasa at this point might even have 100 plus people. We don't really know, and that's another thing to take credit within this episode within Dr. Stone as well, since they're in the Stone Age, and since Yuzu and Taiju are part of this stealth mission, right, being undercover. Tsukasa is trying to get people on his side. They're basically trying to rule against them within, of course, his army. And in this day and age, if you try to go behind enemy lines, or you're undercover or anything like that, and trying to provide information, of course, to the people that you're working with, it's so easy right here, right? There could be texting, you could have a GPS system on you, know the locations, computers, technology, etc. like that. But within the stone world, we have no idea how Tsukasa is building his army so far. The only kind of character development, or the only things that we know about his character and of course his army, is from Asakari right here. So within, of course, his character as well, a magician as well. He's a really strange character when he looks at it. He's on a good side right now. He's in the middle between Senku and Tsukasa's war right now. No matter what, whoever gets the best benefit, he will join the army. It's really terrifying to Senku and his group at this moment right here, because if he doesn't come back to Tsukasa's group, he knows that something's going to go wrong and eventually attack Senku and everyone else, because we don't know his numbers right now. If he has numbers, he could definitely rule over this village and no one will be able to stop him at this point. But if Senku actually provides him with good, I guess, food, information, and to a reason basically to join his kingdom of science, then of course he could provide false information to Tsukasa that Senku is actually dead. And within this episode, Senku proves him wrong, that it's actually a good reason, a 10 billion% chance of Senku likes to say to himself that he'll eventually join the kingdom of science. And now our process starts to begin right here, which it was a little bit faster, which I do like. If it was one step at a time, I feel like it might have been a little bit boring. It literally speeds things up, because of course last episode they were trying to acquire iron, but they needed a lot more manpower to do that, and Senku and Chrome's Bait is working terrific with this science experiment, because ramen, part of our generation, nothing compared to the stone world right here. He's providing the village people with something new and fantastic, but there's a little bit of a twist to that. If you're eating eating this delicious ramen, you have to work for it, and it's perfect for Senku and his group because there's no way they could do it with 3 to 4 people. If they try to get as much village people as they can, like if there's 30 or 20 of them, they could switch shifts back and forth to them keep blowing air into, of course, this containment that, of course, is holding the iron to get the flame and the temperature that they need to actually make the iron. And it's a success. Their science bait worked, and they actually acquired iron right here, which is terrific. And that's the point I love so much about Dr. Stone right here, is that, millions or even thousands of years they're going by just with one item that they are making throughout human history. So iron is now required, but we know that they want to do something different with this iron. They want to make electricity, and to do that, they're actually wanting to make a generator at this point. It's good for Senku in the group because afterwards it starts a thunderstorm around everything. This is his perfect opportunity, but also a bad one at the exact same time because, he's trying to plan this and everything, but the moment is at his eyes. And, at the moment's right there, like a live and die situation. So they have to try to get copper as well to, of course, make copper wire to try to attract electricity so that their plan could work, because they're trying to make magnets, and magnets are the perfect part to making, of course, electricity and to actually make a generator to get to that point. So making, of course, electricity, and this is what I meant about Asagi actually trying to be part of this kingdom of science right here. Slowly but surely, even though that it's very hard work for him to do this, it's actually to make a point to be on Senku's side, because with Asagi and his point right here, he has two sides, right? If he goes to the kingdom of science, it's either he's working very difficult, but humanity is slowly going back to what his generation is. If he goes to Tsukasa's side, the work, he doesn't really have to do anything. The food, it's meh. Also, he could be around people that he's actually with. And goes surely but surely with Senku that, of course, need to try to attract lighting to actually get these magnets to work. And I could definitely see slowly Ginro and Kinro are trying to become a part of their plan at this moment because, the science bait, it's working on them as well. Like, no matter what, Senku and Kuromi's plan is coming to fruition. And I kind of like this plan a little bit as well, and it's definitely at the end of this episode, is that it's not just Senku trying to make this medicine to help their leader out, because I think that was a really important thing looking towards this episode, slowly building a generator to actually make electricity. Even though you're helping their leader, it's like, hey, you're getting medicine that help billions of people out, even to our generation right now. It's like, yeah, you help our leader, this is cool and everything. It feels like you don't have that golden ticket yet. It's like, yeah, you helped our leader, thank you very much, but you're not going to be part of this. We want something more of that. And I like how Senku is really thinking that throughout his brain, that he needs to provide a lot more information, because this guy has millions of years humanity within his brain. So it's like, yes, he's providing medicine, his penicillin for their, of course, their leader, but also he's providing, of course, good food, the food that we have right now. So it's not just fish every single day of where they live. He provided ramen, but he's also providing light as well. I love this message so much within Dr. Stone, and this is what I mean by a breathtaking episode. And some things that we take very little of granted throughout our day and age is providing light, because within, of course, this stone age, the only sense of light that you actually have throughout the world is the daytime when the sun is out, and of course fire. That's the only sources of revenue you actually have of light within that world. He goes to a whole new generation and it actually provides a light bulb to the stone people. This is something that we use in our everyday lives every single day. Hell, I'm even using one right now to get this lighting in this room. Light is within humanity 24 hours every single day. The perfect example could be Las Vegas, the city that never sleeps. It has lights going on 24/7. When Senku shows this to everyone, and even Asagi at the exact same time, it brings up everything after 3,000 plus years, when everyone was turned to stone and brought back to the stone world, and you're starting up all over again. You bring this light, you bring this hope that everything's going to be all right, and slowly but surely humanity's going to go stronger than ever. And I just think that it's awesome. That's another source of what Senku is trying to provide to his people, providing light, providing ramen, and providing a medicine that you're going to help save their leader. That's 100. He's instantly got 40 people right there. Like, I love it how it's not just a medicine, it's everything else that we have learned throughout humanity, through decades, through generations, that he is showing these village people everything that he has for his talents and his efforts. And you can definitely tell with Asagi at the ending point of this episode that he knows what to turn to. Exactly like what Einstein created, saving, of course, darkness. He was the guy to take dark away from humanity and bring hope, love, and courage to everyone around the world. So yeah, definitely this episode was the best of Dr. Stone in my personal opinion. I loved it. I pretty much watched this episode 3 to 4 times already just because it's something new with Dr. Stone, and I cannot wait for more science stuff. I'm definitely excited to see him make more inventions, more than this medicine. I feel like they're definitely going to get to the medicine track more within a series because we have no idea what Rui's time is at. We have no idea what her condition is. She could even possibly die next episode or die the next one. We don't know her condition off the bat. So even still, they have light provided, and this is something even more going towards the village, because even the village with 40 people, he's already making a town already. You could look at it like a small town throughout our generation. Even if it has 40 or 50 people, that's still a huge source that Sankyu is giving out to everyone. But yeah, either way, guys, that was my Dr. Stone episode 9 review. It was, like I said, breathtaking before. I had a lot of fun watching this episode. But either way, if you guys did enjoy, make sure, of course, to leave a like, comment down below. What are you guys' thoughts and opinions on this episode of Dr. Stone? And subscribe to the channel. That'd be greatly appreciated. But either way, ladies and gentlemen, of course, we'll see you guys next week with a brand new episode of Dr. Stone. Much love, and as always, have yourselves a wonderful day.